Hello.
Hi Jennifer, thanks for inviting us over to your place.
Thank you for coming.
Oh, you have a rabbit.
Yes, I do. Welcome. Come in, please. This is President Snow Panda. Do you want to go in or out? The other rabbits have died. Unfortunately, they've passed on and they're buried outside in the garden, but bless them. And there's also a cat, Orpheus, he's somewhere in the house.
Tell us more about yourself.
I'm a writer and performance poet, and I live here with my parents and my two younger sisters.
So today we're going to start the interview with something different. We have a list of emotions here and you're going to reply with each of these emotions. Game for it? What is your hidden talent?
My hidden talent is tying cherry stalks into nuts in my mouth.
Yeah, that's amazing. Which secondary school did you attend?
CHIJ St. Joseph's Convent.
What is your all-time favorite snack?
Pork ribs. Pork ribs.
What made you want to be a writer?
You don't want to be a writer. You are a writer. You just write and you become so. And this is a terrible Christopher Walken impersonation. No, actually writing for me was an act of rebellion. It was returning back to the arts because I wanted to be an artist. And I felt like my school, St. Joseph's Convent, and my parents at the time, they were not so keen on it because it wasn't practical. But at the end of the day, what rings true inside you, you'll be brought back to it. And I can't help being a writer. I didn't choose to be one, can't help it.
What's your favorite part of the house?
That would be the herb garden and my room upstairs. Come up.
All right. Did you have any nicknames in secondary school?
Yeah. In secondary school, they used to call me Sadako. It was the protagonist of this Japanese horror film because I had long, rebonded, straight hair.
Do you play any video games?
No, I don't. My parents both really hate video games.
No! Who's your favorite TV show character?
Right now, I would have to say Neil Patrick Harris as Count Olaf in a series of unfortunate events. It's very, very good. Oh yeah, we have a series of unfortunate events over there. So in my family, all of us do read different genres, and then we meet up together, we regroup, and we discuss what we read. My sister reads the young adult and novels. I read the poetry. My mom reads the happy ending novels, only happy endings. And my father reads politics and religion.
Tell us more about your poetry collection.
My poetry collection, okay. So it's alphabetical and it's not arranged by region. So it always gives me like a sense of delight to see Singaporeans alongside writers from all over the world right here. You have Kavafi right here next to Chandra Nair. You have George Surtees next to Grace Chia. There's something very pleasant about looking at it like that.
Tell us how your book, A History of Clocks, came about.
The History of Clocks, okay, so that would be under J. I mixed to Ji Leong, which is possibly the only time I'll ever be next to Ji Leong in greatness. My first book was A History of Clocks and other poems read aloud because the poems in here were meant to be read aloud. And even then, that didn't feel right to me. They were always meant to be performed. And then my second collection, which is called Caterwaul. Caterwaul is about, it's actually the scream of a cat fighting at night, which you hear quite often in this neighborhood. A lot of cats and a lot of stray cats arguing in the night. So it's a lot of poems which are more like complaints really about middle-class 90s life in Serangoon Gardens. That's what Caterwaul's about. This is the first printed manuscript of Caterwaul, which I still have filed here, the original. This has 70 poems. This is something like 32.
That's amazing. Who inspires you the most?
Who inspires me the most? Well, family, friends, the odd cat, which you can actually see inside here, I don't think he's coming back, this cat. He's run off somewhere. That's Orpheus.
Which Singlet books do you recommend for secondary school students?
Singlet. Okay, well, essential reading. Be Alfian Sa'at. One Fierce Hour, I just read it, it's brilliant. And also Annie Tsuping, who I really love. And then there's also the Luxury We Cannot Afford series and Singpo Remo, which I think is great. Singpo Remo stands for Singapore Poetry Writing Month, which is a month in which poets of Singapore get together on Facebook. Actually, lots of people, anyone. And we release daily prompts every day for people to write poems for every day of April. And we collect the best ones and print them in this anthology.
One last question for you, Jennifer. Who's your favorite secondary school teacher?
Miss Iris Tay, because she drove a Beetle and she taught me how to use a video camera.
And that's it. Thanks for having us, Jen.
Thank you. This is now my invisibility cloak. Goodbye.